Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Super Cool Radio. I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very excited to chat with my guests at this time. They need no introduction, but I will give them one anyway. Please welcome the amazing and wonderful The Darts.
Yay! Hi. Thank you, Matthew. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, June of 25.
Yeah,
It's always funny. It's always like, February, March is always when I interview you guys. It's kind of funny how that works.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because I have this thing where I want to put out an album every year. So I usually tour it all summer, write it in the fall, and then it comes out in the spring. We talk, and then we go back on tour. So that's how it goes.
It works out very well. So, but it's very nice to see you guys. I can finally fully speak about The Darts because I've seen you guys live now.
Yes.
That's right. You hadn't seen us live before that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's only our fourth interview.
I know. Insane.
All right, so obviously...
I got to wear your hat anyway.
That's right. And we have you and Ricky, both.
That's right.
We have photos and video proof. You guys are the only guests I've interviewed who has
as it should be. As it should be.
Yes.
Motoblot was so much fun. Seeing you guys finally was a great, and just the Beat Kitchen was just a great venue as well.
Really cool place. That was my first time there, even though I was from Chicago, and it's such a cool place. Cool place.
Oh, definitely. That was a lot of fun, and we will be talking about the live performance side now that I can fully speak about The Darts. But before we do that, I do want to highlight, so how was Hawaii?
Lindsay, awesome. Take this.
Hawaii was really fun. It was, we got to play with a really cool band down there, Cause of Affliction, who organized the whole thing and really took great care of us. They were so wonderful to tour with and play with, and we had a great time getting to know them. And not only did we have some great shows, including some amazing all ages shows, which those are always my favorite.
Me too.
You get, I'm going to sound old when I say this, but I love it when kids come out, when you have all ages shows and you can get a younger crowd in. They bring such a fun energy, and it's always so awesome to have some young kids, especially girls, right up front going nuts. And, people who are a lot of our fans are older and we love them too, but, they don't go as crazy in a pit because they have to work the next day and they don't want to break anything.
Or they don't have health insurance like me.
They're not worried, yeah.
Dangerous out there. Yeah.
Yes. But we had some great shows. We met some really cool people, and we got to swim in the ocean in the middle of winter. So that was really fun too.
I will throw in that we hadn't really thought about this before, or at least I hadn't, but you have to fly from island to island. It's not like getting on a ferry or something with your gear. So you have to use everybody's backline at the venue. It's kind of like playing New York City or Japan or something, where the backline's already there because it's too hard to travel, And so you get on a Southwest flight with your guitars and your merch and everything every day to go to the next show. It's crazy. Like, you don't think about that, but it was like that added a whole dimension of craziness.
It was weird, because we're used to, you fly to a place and then you're in the van for a couple of weeks or a month or a couple of months or however long, and you kind of get into a rhythm where you have things that live in your bag and you have things that live in the van, and you kind of know where everything is. The van is like your home base. And we didn't have that. So we were so disorganized. Like, I mean, it was awful.
It was so disorienting. We're like, where's the merch? What?
I mean, yeah, we were on stage ready to play. Like, my pedals are plugged in, everything's ready. And I went to get my bass out of my case, and it was still locked for the plane. And I had to like run upstairs to get my keys to like unlock my thing.
Everybody's waiting. And then Becca, you know, because she's used to leaving your pedal bag and stuff in the van, she left the hotel without her pedals and cords. And so we arrive at the venue, we're all having a great time. We're listening to the openers.
We didn't have a sound check. We had no sound check. Otherwise,
there was no sound check.
There was no time for sound check. So we didn't get our lives together to actually play until we were going on stage. And Becca was like
5 minutes. Like we had 5 minutes, set up and go.
She's like, I don't have my pedals.
She's like, I don't even have a cord. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And again, cause of affliction, amazing hosts. They just step up. They're like, here's a pedal board with every pedal that you normally use and some extra cords. Bam. She plugged in. We played this out. It was done. It was like, everything
was fine. It was a chaotic start, but you know, we're
learning to say it's fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
And we're also learning that we can trust ourselves to make it work no matter what happens, because there's going to be things that go wrong on the road. Like there just are. And
every day.
Nicole broke her tooth one time.
On a microphone.
We just make it work.
I had emergency dentistry surgery in Charlotte, North Carolina right before our show. Yeah, I mean, things happen. Talk about a mosh pit. Yeah, like I have my own personal mosh pit going on every day with my microphone and my visa. It's very dangerous. Things happen. Everything breaks. You know, I'm always unplugging their pedals. It's just things are messy.
Yes,
but you know, if they're not messy, I think you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong if it's not messy.
Well, there's a whole lot to unpack with that.
That's a long answer to your question. That was why.
So let's see. Mike 1, Nicole 0 right now. When it comes to
well, I don't know. I mean, how many shows have we played? Because I would say Nicole gets a point for every show that she doesn't break a tooth.
So that's like 9,000 me. Mike 1.
She's well in the lead.
See, that good odds. Good odds. If I gambled, I would bet on you.
Thank you.
But kind of with that, kind of going to your point though, more seriously though, stuff is, at least I found out, especially this year, nothing's super easy with anything. It will be messy. It will be, you got to figure it out on the fly kind of thing and make it work. And I think that just adds to it. You know, it's the adversity. You know, because if life was too easy, then nothing would actually be fun.
Right. It's the struggle.
Yeah, there's our song "Get Messy" is all about that. You know, that the one I wrote years ago, because that's where you show your mettle. I mean, this lineup that's touring this last year saw some incredible struggle. I mean, I can't even describe some of the things that happened well enough to express the impact of the things that we had to do this year. It was the hardest. There were some very physically hard things to do this year. And these chicks are freaking strong of character, not just of body. They step up, man. I mean, everybody has their moments where they're like, I can't go on. Oh my God. But like, those are very rare. And when somebody's like that, everybody else is like, okay, we got you. Let's pick you up and go, you know? And like, it just, you need because you're right, Matthew. Like, everything falls apart all the time. And you have to have a team around you that is just like, no problem. We will figure out where to park the van when there's no parking. We will figure out how to unpark the van when we can't get out. We will figure out how to camp without any gear and no tent. We will figure it out. We just do it. And I think the common theme here is this is a lineup where nobody complains. Everybody is so grateful to be out there living this life. That's the key right there, is everybody wakes up and they're like, I'm playing rock and roll. All right, throw your best at me. I'm still playing rock and roll. Bring it, you know? So.
Yeah. Whatever happens, we get to play. I don't know. I mean, I'll just speak for myself. Like, I just feel like whatever happens, whether it's being stuck in traffic and feeling bored in the van, or having to haul gear up and down flights of stairs, or getting rained on and my tent flooded, like, I know that at the end of the day, I get to play, you know? And when I think of it that way, I'm like, wow, oh, okay, actually, there's literally no other place I'd rather be.
Yes.
You know?
That's the team you want. That's the team you want to surround yourself with in your life, not just in your band, but in your life. People that are just stoked. That's what you want.
And also, I want to highlight something you said, that like, that the struggle makes it worth it. You know, like if everything is easy all the time, it gets boring. And that's not just for artists, that's like for humans, for humanity. I mean, I think, like, I'm going to get on a soapbox get a little philosophical, but like, I think that our culture really puts an emphasis on convenience and making things easy. And I don't think that's actually what we want, really. It's what I think that I want. You know, I think I want things to be easy. I think I want things to come smoothly. But actually, like, when something is hard and I overcome it, like, that's when you really feel good, you know?
That's the adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. I've been there a few times in my life where, you know, it is a struggle and it sucks, you know, while you're in it, you know, while you're, you know, in the middle of it. But once you like get past it and like, man, that was, you know, I've found through, at least for myself personally, that I've definitely built more character and skills going through some of the hardest parts of my life to get to where I wanted to go or to achieve my goals. And I think, as kind of speaking what Lindsay said, is I do think a lot of things nowadays is kind of just, you know, like, hey, I can look up this question right now and I can find an answer, but you didn't I like personally for myself, I like to research things. That way I can fully understand and just going, oh, here's the answer. Now I'm good. To me, it doesn't fully solve your problem.
No. Yeah. And it's not satisfying and it's not fun.
It certainly doesn't enhance your character at all. I mean, you come out of all this stuff a really different person than the one that went in. And you just don't get that experience if you're sitting around having things handed to you, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100% agree with everything. And kind of what I've been finding out, especially lately in my life, that, you know, when you go through the struggle, that like, it just makes it so much worth it, that like once you finally get to where you're going, and I'm still finding that myself, but I know once I finally get there that it's going to be worth it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But now I did want to talk about, because I'm a little bit in the Halloween spirit, because I have my Jason mug with me for this episode. So I think that's the perfect segue to the upcoming album, available March 3rd, Halloween Love Songs. So what can people expect from this new album?
Oh my God, that's a question. You get two sides of Halloween on this album. When I figured I wanted to write a Halloween themed album, because I was really sick of there being only Monster Mash as the only Halloween anthem out there. And I was like, this is stupid. We need more songs for this awesome holiday. And what better band to do it, right? So I realized as I started writing these songs that you've got like the monsters and the pumpkins and the masks and the trick or treat and the corporate Halloween party where people dress, you know, you got that stuff. The commercialization of it, which is fun. It's fun as hell. It's great. It's kitschy. It's great. So that's side A of the record. That's what you can expect. Monsters, kitsch, and a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. But then there's the other side of Halloween. There's Mischief Night, and there's the devil stuff, and there's the bonfires and the knocking down all the mailboxes at 2 a.m. and like the not so, you know, like everyone's making out in an empty room on candy wrappers. You know, there's that side of Halloween that I wanted represented too. And so like songs like Apocalypse and songs like The Devil Made Me Do It are and Darkness. These are songs on side B that are heavier and darker, and I don't know, they're for later at night.
Yeah.
They're for later at night.
Well, I'm very excited. I've liked the 2 singles so far. Obviously, I heard Midnight Creep, I believe, at Moto Blot with everything. So definitely very excited for this upcoming album. Because, yes, I was thinking about it in preparation for this interview of, like, how many Halloween songs do I listen to? And honestly, I listen to, like, Misfits and Alice Cooper. That's, like, what I listen to in that kind of...
Not enough. It's not enough.
That's the conclusion I came up with, that there's, and especially like a lot of the stuff that's from like, 80s, and obviously Alice Cooper's still going on, but not a lot of new things, especially in like the last, like in this century, the 21st century, there's really not that many Halloween songs that are like new other than like re-recorded versions of previous songs.
Sure.
Yeah, you need a song about vampires falling in love, and you need a song about zombies riding on the metro, and you need all those things.
You will have them March 3rd.
You will have them. Yes.
Well, again, I am super excited to check out. I mean, I'm obviously a huge fan of you guys anyway, but I like Halloween. It's definitely one of my favorite times of the year. And honestly, nowadays it starts in like September, with kind of everything.
Well, so. It starts March 3rd for us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm for it starting as early as possible. I try and celebrate it all year round.
All right, now it's a fun time, at least especially for me. So I'm going to be adding a lot of new Halloween songs. It sounds like for all year round, no matter the time.
Yes.
But I'm curious. Well, more for Lindsay for this question, because I think I already kind of know Nicole's answer. But I'm curious, Lindsay, for you, what is your favorite song off the album?
It's hard to pick a favorite, but right now I think my favorite is Zombies on the Metro. We've been playing it in our live set, and it's really fun for me. The bass line is cool. It's really groovy. It's a little bit different than the other songs on the album. So it's like a nice, I don't know, it's just something different for me to like sink my teeth into. And there's a lot of breaks in it for the bass where it's just keyboards. So I get to like vamp a little bit, which is fun. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with Zombies on the Metro. And I mean, I think it's really catchy. When we were listening to the mixes from our producer, we were on tour and we were listening to the mixes in the van as they became ready, and giving our notes and listening all together, which was great to be able to do that. And I remember Zombies on the Metro, we played it and I was like, oh, I like this one. I was like, this one sounds cool.
Well, it just makes me more excited to check out this album when it's available, obviously on March 3rd. So, but I'm kind of curious, kind of speaking more to like the writing and recording side. So obviously, a few or more albums deep into the catalog at this point. So for you guys, like, how is it writing and recording this album? Or do you guys like kind of already have like a set routine this many albums deep?
There's kind of a set routine. I mean, I say that past tense. There has been a routine. I think looking ahead, things are shifting a tiny bit, but still, it's really easy for me in the van or anywhere to get on GarageBand and get my ideas down for the full band, like right away. So I can write the drum part and the bass part, and I can write all these things. I can choose the effects I want. I can write all the background vocals. So by the time we go into the studio, everything's done. And the nice thing that for us always has been, we had, band members living everywhere, all over the world. And so it made a lot more sense for me to just do everything and send them their parts. And then we would meet on tour, or we meet in the studio, because there's no time for rehearsal. There's no time for jamming, and I don't know, I'm not a jammer anyway, but there's no time for that in this band. And we're not that band. We're busy. So there's no time for thinking. So it's nice to have like the finished product, and then you go into the studio, and it's really financially efficient too, because I already know what effects I want. I already know the background parts. I already know what I'm going to sing. Everything's done. So it's like, bim, 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 and we're out. 3 days, done.
We already know the songs, all the arrangements, so there's no spending time in the studio, you know, discussing like where the bridge is going to go and if there's going to be a chorus before the bridge or anything like that. It's already done. Everybody has had time to learn all of the songs, and you just boom. And this last record, we did all 13 songs in one day. The basic tracks.
The basic stuff, yeah.
And you know, we did punch-ins and vocals later, but like we played together, we played them live, and basically just did, I don't know, for most of the songs, like 2 takes.
And that's pretty, I mean, that's pretty typical for the way I record all of my music, because we know what we're doing going in, and everybody's ready, and they're super pro, and they're great musicians. And you work with a producer like Mark Rains, and this is one of the reasons I love my producers and that I select my producers is I like to be able to walk in and not mess around. And I step up to the microphone and the vocal chain is perfect. I step up to, she plugs in her bass, the bass chain is perfect. The signal, he knows exactly where everything's going. It's done. You know, he already has heard the demos. He knows what he wants. So yeah, that's our process. And what I say about the future, though, is that Lindsay is now in the band, and Lindsay is a great songwriter. She wrote a lot for her last band also. And so it's been really fun, like with Midnight Creep, having her bring me a concept and then letting me run with it, which is also, you know, that's hard to do when you're an artist, is to hand somebody your baby and go, okay, just mess with it, go, you know, but she does that. And like, it's so cool. And we've already written the next record because we're going back into the studio in August, and we are going on tour in a couple weeks until August. So we had to write it and be ready and I'm doing the bass stems right now, Lindsay.
I know. I have already started learning the songs for the next record, because when else am I going to have time to do it?
See, yeah, that's just it, is where I'm always, if I want to put out a record a year, I know that's ambitious, but that's, you know, I'm just growing old here. Let's do it. So, so yeah, like I already have the studio time booked in August, and we have to be ready. And so it's written, and doing this record came together so fast and easily because of Lindsay's ideas. The stuff she brought to the table fit in so perfectly with my ideas. This collaboration, it's so easy. She'll just give me, you know, a riff and I might take the riff, I might take the chorus vocal, I might take the bass line, I might, you know, move things around, add my own stuff. And in the end, it's like this incredible salad of great ideas, you know? And so anyway, I'm really excited about the new record. I'm really excited about doing that process more often in the future. It's still the GarageBand thing and the stems, and everybody's learning it on their own, but it's the ideas are coming to the table differently. And since we room together and we're in the van together all day, all year,
we live together.
I see her more than I see anybody else in my life. And so it's really easy for her to go, oh, I have this idea. I mean, we're in the grocery store or whatever in, you know, Sweden, I don't know. And she'll be like, I have this idea, you know, and like, it's a constant process that we can just constantly talk about it.
We were in, I think, Belgium. I can't remember where we were. We were in Europe in November somewhere. And my boot was falling apart. Like the leather on my boot was like splitting.
Her doc martens have been through everything. Yeah.
They've been through everything. But it was literally just the threads on the back panel were keeping the entire back of the boot together. And I said something about my boot is hanging on by a thread. And Nicole goes, that's a song. And I was like,
written a song by that title years ago for the Love Me Nots that I never used. And I was like, I wish I had used that song because it was a good song. And the minute she said it, I'm like, we got to write this song.
So I go home and I wrote a song based on the idea of hanging on by a thread, and I sent it to her, and she was like, great. Also, I have a song. So we like mushed the two songs together into like a new song.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's not going to be out for a while, so I don't want to tease it too much, but I really like it.
It's awesome. It's
and that's kind of a good example of how we work together.
Well, I'm definitely very excited. Obviously, with this first upcoming release, definitely very excited. But I'm very curious to see how you guys kind of progress, and obviously with the songwriting and how the ideas are now kind of brought to the table from both of you guys. I'm excited to see how where that leads with everything, and just how funny and spontaneous things can, inspiration and things that could happen just in daily life that can inspire music.
Oh, I'll be like, we'll be somewhere random talking about other things, and I'll go, Lindsay, write this down. We need to use this guitar part from this song that I just heard playing in the bar. I want that guitar tone for this next song that's coming out. She'll be like, okay, constant. It's a constant process, no matter where we are.
It's really funny. It's like we can't get. I mean, I think it's good, and I think we have this in common where it's like we always have music stuff just running as a background program all the time. So we'll be at a show together, someone else's show. We were at a friend's show. We were not at work, and Nicole was like, so what do you think about this for the set list? And I'm like, now we're waiting for our friend's band to start and we're talking about our set list. It's just like,
it happens all the time, no matter what we're doing. It's just what we like. I don't know. And I have a kindred spirit who's willing to just be completely obsessed with me. It's great. I love it. I love the mutual obsession. It's wonderful.
No, I think, and it's so cool you guys share the passion for it, that regardless of the environment and surroundings, you guys can talk about music and share your passion. And I think it's really cool to see. And obviously, talking with you guys are very excited for everything going on, and that's what makes everything worth it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now,
yeah, we love. How could you not be excited?
Exactly. Now, I do have an interesting question that I've started to ask my guests. I'm curious for you guys, probably a more challenging question, but I'm curious for you guys and your take. But how do you know when a song is complete?
I don't know.
Well, that's a good question. It's probably different for both of us.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably, I don't worry about if a song is complete. I'm an ideas man. I don't like the fiddly details, which is why I love working with Nicole so much, because she will get into the weeds and really sort through all of the minutia of a song to make it feel like something finished and ready. And that's just not how my creative brain works. I can't work on any one thing too long before getting sick of it. So I like to get something mostly fleshed out. I have I know what the bass line is, and I know what the guitar chord progression is, and I've got a riff, a little notey riff for the guitar, and I'll toss some keys in just to flesh it out. I'll have the vocal melody and lyrics. And then I get to pass it off to Nicole and be like, now you finish it.
Which I love.
Yes, and she likes to do that.
Okay, we're going to add 126 guitar tracks underneath the chorus because it needs to be fleshed out. Yeah, so that's part of what I do. But also, when I know it's finished is when I've listened to the song 65 times in the van and at home, and it sounds right. And I do this. I wrote, for example, this Halloween Love Songs thing was probably finished. We probably finished writing it this time last year. And so before we even played anything live, I was listening like crazy. I was listening on my stereo downstairs. I was listening on my earbuds in the car. I was listening. I'm constantly listening to these 13 songs over and over, these demos, and going back and pulling up GarageBand and going, that thing didn't work, and this thing, I got to move this over here, and I don't know. And so it's a lot of editing at home. before you hear anything out there in the world. And so when I know it's done is when I've listened to it everywhere a bunch of times and I'm just grooving like crazy to it. And then I know when I'm excited to listen to it. If I look at the 13 songs and then there's one folder where I'm like, I don't want to listen to this song, I'm like, that's the one I have to work on, but if I'm excited about all of them, then I know I'm done.
For me, yeah, if you're not excited about it, then no one else can be excited about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. We are our hardest critics for sure.
as it should be. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think every artist is they're the hardest person on themselves just because it's, it's their art and everything that they're going to be their most vocal critic.
Mm-hmm. And it's really hard after this many records to stay within our genre and in our fan base, what they expect from us, but also keep it fresh.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, I'll write something, I'll listen to it in the car and I'll go, oh, that riff is a lot. It's too much like the cat's meow. I got to go back and move that around, and I'll change the riff up a little bit, and then, so there's a lot of that at this stage where we're trying not to repeat ideas and repeat lyric phrases, just in natural talking, we all have our expressions that we go to and they pop up in the songs a lot. And so you have to constantly edit yourself and go, no, I can't say that again. I said that in the last thing, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually interesting. I haven't really thought about that too much, but how, because as humans, we do fall into kind of that kind of familiarity with music and even just wording. So how do you obviously going through all the edits, but how do you overcome that? And how do you think of okay, how can I make this fresh and different?
Well, having Lindsay in the mix definitely helps me because she's bringing a whole new brain into the lyrical mix, and that's really fresh and nice for me. But I still find myself hearkening back to my normal patterns. And when I hear that, I'm really sensitive to it because I really don't want to repeat myself. I don't like that. I don't know. It's like a pet peeve of mine. So I'm listening for it all the time. And if I hear something, I immediately go back and put myself in the situation of the lyric. In the story I'm trying to tell, how am I feeling? What am I seeing? What am I doing? And I'll change it up from there.
I got you. Well, again, I'm very excited with everything you guys have in the works. Now, I did want to speak a little bit to kind of the live performance side with a little bit of a twist on it. Since I've seen you guys live, you guys bring a ton of energy, and it's just overall extremely fun. And again, I had you and Ricky both wore my hat for the show, which again I will be wearing at any dart show at this point going forward. I have to wear this hat.
Absolutely, so, I'll be looking for it. Mm-hmm.
But how do you bring that live performance energy into a studio recording?
Ooh, good question.
I think that playing live altogether definitely helps. I remember specifically talking to Ricky about this. That we were conscious of the need for that, to bring the energy to play. I mean, we're not playing exactly like we play live because number one, we're not running around shoving our instruments in people's faces because there's no one there.
Maybe a new tactic though.
Yeah, maybe get some people in there to
bring in the all ages crowd. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky was really interested in hitting the drums exactly as hard as she would live, not pulling back just because it was a studio recording. And I was really interested in making sure that we were locked in. And so, I mean, I basically spent that entire recording session with my foot up on her drum riser going because I didn't want to have to really, and then I mean, we have modern technology, and there were a couple of places where I hit a bad note and went back and punched it in, but I really wanted it to be, we're playing this together. This is what it sounds like when we're playing together, and I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and recording with Mark, you can easily do that with any of the producers we've used, but Mark is exceptionally good at just knowing what we need. So we don't have to think about what's happening in the studio. We can just play live. Mm-hmm. people are like, you did 13 songs in one day. And I'm like, well, we do 25 in a set in a night. Like, I know it's almost not different. It's not that different in a way, because we're just going in and playing. And that's what we do. And that's what we should do, in my mind. You know, we should be good enough and ready enough that we can just go in and play it like a set. You know, 13 songs, bam, and be pretty close without too many takes, you know. And that helps a lot. When I'm doing my vocals, though, the band is already gone, and I'm singing over the finished instrument tracks. And the first time with Boomerang, when I went in there, it was the first time I recorded with Mark. The band had left, and I just went by myself to the studio in the morning. And unlike the rest of the days, he had lowered all the lights, and there was a candle, and he had set up a beautiful microphone and a shitty microphone, and and so you sing into all of them at once so you can blend them and stuff. And a lot of producers do that, but he just had it all ready to go. He had the ambiance. He knew exactly what was going on. And it doesn't sound like a rock and roll environment maybe, but when the tracks start thumping in these beautiful headphones and he's got this rough mix up that's just hitting, like, I'm seriously screaming into this microphone like it's a live show, because I'm so excited about hearing these tracks for the first time with the real instruments. And it's so great, you know. And so I can't help it. It's a live show for me in front of that microphone every time.
That is so cool. Like, obviously, environment makes a big difference, you know, with a live show, or again, you know, with making the studio feel like a live show.
Yeah, you have to get out of your head. You have to not think too hard and just do the music. Just do the music, you know, do it the way you know how to do it, and not be distracted by anything else. That's the win. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And, you know, kind of going with like the live performance side, since again, I've seen you guys like, I mean, you guys really don't make it, you know, really any pauses. You go from like song to song to song, not too many pauses really in between. And you guys make it look easy. You guys are very cohesive with everything. And it's just a great show.
Thank you.
So
this lineup is really fun to play with, because they take my cues really well. You know, I talk in between some songs and not others. And all I have to do is, I swear, like, bat an eyelash at somebody and they start the song. Like, they know exactly what's going on. I don't know how, but they're reading my mind. I'm reading their. It's incredible. It helps to on tour all the time, but we definitely can read each other's minds really easily now.
Kind of going along with that, since obviously you guys have been touring, you know, as this lineup for a while with many shows. So I'm curious for you guys. This is the last question before we start to wrap this up. So do you guys ever get like nervous or excited before a show? Or you just kind of just show up and rock?
I don't remember the last time I was nervous. I do try and get excited. It's yeah.
There's a ritual. There is a ritual.
Yes, we have a ritual where we listen to Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. If there's a green room, we'll go into the green room. If there's no green room, we have done it in parking lots out by the van before. And I think it really helps, like, you know, we stretch, we get our muscles a little warmed up, and we like dance around like idiots. And it really has helped to sort of get he drinks the vodka drink. It's really stupid, but it's so fun. And it's kind of a way for us to bond as a band and, you know, get our bodies kind of ready to go. And also
my favorite one was in Hawaii when we were late to set up or something. And she's like, we need an emergency chumba. Emergency. And we like ran upstairs and we did it really fast. And then we went on stage.
Yeah. I don't know how, but eventually it became known as doing a chumba. So we'll just, you know, it's like the band before us, it's like maybe mid-set, near the end of their set, and we'll kind of look at each other and be like, chumba? Everybody gonna chumba? Okay. And we go back and do our little get ready ritual, it's really fun. It's not too serious, and it gets us moving before we get on stage. So I think it's kind of like the perfect thing.
I used to get really nervous, especially back in the Love Me Nots days. And one of my very first, I love telling this story because it still applies. one of my very first tours in Europe, I'm backstage in Spain, and my daughter at the time is like 7. And I call home right before I go on stage, and I'm like, and she's like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "I'm terrified. I'm shaking. Like, I don't know." And she was like, "Mommy, just have fun. It's music." And now this just have fun thing is what she says to me all the time. We say to each other in life, because you can get so in your own head. And if you just realize we're just here to have a good time, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to be fun. The day it's not fun, stop, and that really helps everything for me. And these guys are so great. If we're doing the Chumbawamba dance before we go on, what can be more fun? It like takes you completely
scared after you're dancing to Chumbawamba.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, that is like the perfect team building exercise I've ever heard. Oh, that is fantastic with everything. Well, it's always a pleasure chatting with you guys. But before we close out this interview, so obviously new album drops March 3rd, as I said, but like how's the rest of 2026 looking like for you guys? I assume a ton of touring.
Busy.
It's a ton. Basically, we leave in March and we kind of don't finish up until December.
Mm-hmm.
There's some breaks, but not many. And during those breaks, we're going to be recording and doing other stuff. So there's just a lot going on. But we're going to go to Japan. We're going to go to Australia for the first time. We're going to see the East Coast, the Eastern U.S., the Western U.S. We're touring with Service, which is a great band that we love, for a whole month. It's going to be amazing.
So excited.
We're spending a solid 2 months just overseas. Sorry, that's my train. That goes by. A solid 2 months in Europe from October 6th to December 6th in the UK and just all over Scandinavia. We're going to do a lot. And I do have to give a little shout out to Heather Thomas, who's going to be coming in on drums for a lot of these tours, because Ricky I don't know if the world knows a lot about this, but she's an author, she's a teacher, she's a lot of things, and she has some commitments that she's trying to wrap up this year. And so Heather, who has toured with us in the past and really is amazing, this Nashville drummer who just steps in and kills. I'm so lucky to have her. She's going to be doing a lot of stuff with us, so you're going to be hearing that name and seeing that face a lot. So I want to get her in the mix as we start talking about what's coming up this year.
Right, well, I am very excited for you guys, obviously, the new album, and hopefully I get to catch you guys at the Indianapolis show. I don't know what my schedule's looking like yet, but I'd like to see you guys again.
Come out. We'll be so happy.
Oh my God. Melodian is always sold out. It's always a sweat fest. It's the floor is even sweaty. Yeah, it's like, we need you there, basically.
And your hat.
Oh, that's my plus one. Just put Matthew Thomas plus hat.
Got it.
Well, very good. I will leave some links to the darts in the description of this podcast. Please check out and support them. Halloween Love Songs drops March 3rd. And if they're in an area near you in the U.S. or abroad, make sure to see them live. You will have a fantastic time. And wear a fancy hat for Nicole can wear it on stage.
Oh, it will happen. If you're in the front row, I'm going to be on your shoulders wearing your hat, just guaranteed. Sorry.
Everybody take warning.
Take warning. It's going to happen. Thank you, Matthew. You're the best. It's so nice to talk to you.
It's very nice to talk to you guys. For Nicole and Lindsay of the Darts, I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.